It's Weird Mondays from the What a Weird Week podcast, because no weird story should be left behind.
Hi, everybody, it's Weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Really weird tales.
Well, I got a great show for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
If you are new to this program, the What a Weird Week podcast drops on Fridays. It's a Weird News of the Week top 10. Sometimes there's just too much weird for one podcast, and these are the leftovers. Sometimes leftovers are delicious, you guys, right? Little kid gets stuck in cake pan. This was in a lot of feeds and in the news a lot. Firefighters in Pennsylvania rescued the 2-year-old girl from the Angel Food cake pan. Little girl's name is Quinley. If she doesn't get a lucrative deal with Betty Crocker or Paderno or something, then that would be a crime. Because some no-stick cake pan company needs to give this cute kid a contract, send her to culinary school, whatever. If you want to see the rescue video, check the show notes. Blindfolded dribbling greatness. A 9-year-old kid from Chicago set a new Guinness World Record by dribbling a basketball while blindfolded for an hour and 20 minutes. Kid's name is Henry Speedwell. He did it in a school gym. He did it in tribute of his late grandfather, raised $2,800 for cancer research. It's a nice story. It's a little weird, too. When you first read about what's happening, blindfold dribbling, what? But it's heartwarming. How scared would you have to be? A 3-year-old parrot who got spooked flew away from his home in New Zealand, and 9 days later, they spotted him 155 miles away. Pablo is a pet parrot, but he's allowed to roam the neighborhood. This I found strange, but they call it a free-flying pet parrot. So you let the parrot roam the neighborhood. Usually Pablo's owners whistle and Pablo comes home, but a neighbor scared Pablo somehow, and he took off. He literally took off, you guys. He's a bird. Then they started hearing about this macaw. Like 9 days later, they're hearing stories of this macaw parrot. A free-flying macaw parrot apparently is not that common, so they heard the stories, and they were like, Pablo's owners were like, this has got to be Pablo. So they made the trip 155 miles away, and time of recording, the rescue mission is ongoing. They've gotten close to Pablo, but then he gets spooked by a car or something, and he takes off again. So we're hoping for a happy ending. And then a Disney movie. Monkey follow-up. Remember the monkey napping, the theft of monkeys, suspected theft of monkeys at the zoo in Dallas? A guy's been arrested in connection with the missing monkeys. They say the man's also linked to the leopard escape that happened there. They had issued a photo of a person of interest. Someone at another place with animals, the Dallas World Aquarium, recognized the fella from the photo. Seems suspicious, eh? This guy is at another exotic animal place. Maybe that's circumstantial evidence. I am not a lawyer or a zookeeper. I'm not even really a big fan of monkeys. They're just, I don't know. Curious George ruined me on monkeys. I can't trust a monkey ever again in my life after all of the hijinks Curious George got up to. We should have known woodpeckers were jerks. Perhaps you're a fan of the woodpecker. All I have to go on is the Woody Woodpecker cartoons. He was a little sassy. He was a sassy bird. And now that's how I look at all woodpeckers. Did you see the thing where woodpeckers stashed hundreds of pounds of acorns in this house? 700 pounds of acorns got stuffed into the wall of a California home. Did you know that woodpeckers were acorn stuffers? I like it when I learn new things. Acorn stuffers, woodpeckers. This is where it gets kind of gross. The way they found the acorns, a pest control expert found those acorns. He was called in because bugs were coming out of the wall. Those bugs were in the acorns. They figured out that the woodpeckers were pecking holes in the chimney, stuffing acorns in there, and they think for a few years this has been going on. Eventually, the acorns fell down into the wall and started to pile up. 700 pounds. World record sub sandwich is a longie. This one almost made the top 10 on Friday, you guys. It's really not one long sub. It's more like a sandwich train, which is a phrase I just came up with, but sounds like something. Sandwich train. A Brazilian food company got the Guinness World Record by putting together 1,180 submarine sandwiches. The article also refers to them as torpedo sandwiches, which I'm going to take that one out for a walk and see how it plays next time I go get a delicious sub sandwich at my favorite sub sandwich restaurant. This is not one giant straight line of sandwich. I think that would have been cool. It's a line of subs that twists around corners, goes all around the room. It's kind of neat to see if you want to check the show notes. The thing that terrified an entire neighborhood was a what now? It was an emu, you guys. This happened in Missouri. The emu was running wild for multiple days before animal rescue experts captured the thing with the help of people from the neighborhood who cornered the beast. Brave people cornered that beast so its reign of terror would end. Just a note here. I'm assuming it was a reign of terror based on my own experience with an emu at my local zoo. I was working there one summer, and there was this emu who was so evil, you guys. So evil. Always looking at you. You just knew. Back to the story. This is how they caught the evil beast, with a blanket. So if you ever find yourself squaring off against an emu, wrap that rascal in a blanket and then put him in a crate. I thought this had escaped from a zoo or something like that, but it was someone's pet. Now the bird's going to live on a farm. Record-breaking statue is how tall? 34 feet, you guys. That's it. It's a statue of Japanese superhero Ultraman. That's the record. It's the tallest Ultraman statue. The largest Ultraman statue in the world is at the Ultraman section of a theme park in Shanghai. Ultraman also has another record. The character Ultraman has a record for most TV spin-offs. There have been 33 Ultraman shows. So if you want to set a world record for the tallest Ultraman, I mean, let's build a taller Ultraman in some little town that could use the tourist traffic. Come on, Shanghai. You already have a whole theme park. You do not need the world record. Let's get a 35-footer going. Wait, I don't want this to become an international incident. Sorry, I'm backing away from the Ultraman statue record. You know what? Let's stop there. And thanks for tuning in to Weird Mondays, which is some of the leftover stories from the podcast. Hearing it, maybe there was a reason they were cut from the podcast. Usually when you get a podcast that has like, oh, it's extra stuff. First of all, it's for Patreons where you pay money. And second, it's good stuff. It's not, this was the crap we didn't get to. So we're daring to be different. The way I see it, you guys.